Hello, my name is Eric, not real Eric, and in this video we're doing something special. I'm going to show you how to use every Nintendo console's flagship controller working on the Nintendo Switch 2, from the NES all the way to today. We'll cover what adapters we'll need and how they connect. 40 years of controllers all in one system. In order to make this work, we're going to need multiple adapters. For NES controllers, we're using the Hyperkin NES to NES Classic adapter. You can grab one directly from Hyperkin's website or their Amazon page. For Super Nintendo controllers, it's a similar story. The Hyperkin Super Nintendo to Super Nintendo Classic adapter, which is also available for purchase on the Hyperkin website or their Amazon page. For Nintendo 64 controllers, we're going to be using the RAFnet N64 to Wii/GameCube adapter. The RAFnet N64 adapter is currently available for purchase on the RAFnet website. Now, some eagle-eyed viewers may have already noticed, but NES, SNES, and N64 adapters alone will not get us able to connect to the Nintendo Switch 2. That's where our Superstar adapter comes in, the 8BitDo G-Bros adapter. Available on the 8BitDo website and their Amazon page, the G-Bros adapter connects wirelessly to the Nintendo Switch 2 via Bluetooth. It features both Wii controller and GameCube ports. This is what unlocks compatibility for our NES, SNES, and N64 controllers. This is because our previous Hyperkin and RAFnet adapters changed the physical input of the NES, SNES, and N64 controllers to match the input of a Wii or GameCube controller. Now, the G-Bros adapter isn't the only one that can connect to GameCube controllers, because we're using the official GameCube adapter for Nintendo Switch. First released in 2018 alongside Super Smash Bros., Nintendo no longer sells it, but there's plenty of third-party alternatives on Amazon and eBay. For Wii and Wii U controllers, the go-to is the Mayflash Magic NS2 adapter. The Magic NS2 adapter is currently available through Mayflash's website and their Amazon page. The G-Bros adapter also works here, but only with controllers that plug in through the bottom of the Wii Remote port. As for Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 controllers, they connect natively to the console via Bluetooth in the controller menu. Now that we have everything connected, let's see these controllers in action. I'll be showcasing gameplay across a handful of titles played on the Nintendo Switch 2, moving chronologically starting with the NES and ending off with the Switch 2 itself. It's a full journey through Nintendo's 40-year console history, but all playable on Nintendo Switch 2. For NES controllers, we're using the Hyperkin NES to NES Classic adapter. It's the perfect match for Super Mario Bros. The NES controller's classic 2-button layout feels exactly like it was meant for this game. If you want a closer look at NES controllers in action on the Nintendo Switch 2, I've actually done a full video showcasing just that. Check it out if you haven't done so already. For Super Nintendo controllers, we're using the Hyperkin SNES to SNES Classic adapter. This controller feels perfect for Super Mario World, my favorite game of all time. The layout and feel just brings the classic experience to life. And if you want a closer look at the SNES controllers in action on the Nintendo Switch 2, check out the video I've made showcasing that too. For the Nintendo 64 controller, we're using the RAFnet N64 to Wii/GameCube adapter with the G-Bros adapter. And honestly, nothing feels more at home than using it with Super Mario 64. The controller and game were built for each other. If you'd like to see more N64 gameplay on the Nintendo Switch 2, I've made a full video dedicated to that as well. With Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, we're still using the RAFnet N64 to Wii/GameCube adapter. However, instead of connecting it to the 8-bit Dude G-Bros adapter, we have it connected to the official GameCube controller adapter for Nintendo Switch. For GameCube controllers, we're using the official GameCube controller adapter for Nintendo Switch. What's cool about this is that even on Switch 2, Nintendo still technically supports the GameCube controller, roughly 25 years after its original release. Additionally, you can also use the 8-bit Dude G-Bros adapter. One advantage the G-Bros adapter has over the official GameCube controller adapter is that the G-Bros adapter can be remapped in the Nintendo Switch 2's system remapping. Fun note, I would have tested my GameCube Wavebird controller here too, but unfortunately it no longer works. So it's proudly displayed in the NSO GameCube controller box. If you'd like a deeper dive, I've made a full video on GameCube controllers working on the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. Do Donkey Kong Bongos count? I think so. And if you'd like to see more on the Donkey Kong Bongos working with the Nintendo Switch 2, check out the video I've made showcasing that. Up next is the Wii Remote by itself. Unfortunately, the Magic NS2 adapter cannot read this controller horizontally, which might have been used to play your favorite Virtual Console games with. Coming up, we have the Wii Remote plus Nunchuk. Admittedly, the Magic NS2 adapter's remapping isn't the most efficient when it comes to Wii Remote controls. While the A, B, X, Y button are all here, they're not remapped as you would hope.
Let's go! Yay!
Next up is the Wii Classic controller. plugging it into a Wii Remote, it still works on Nintendo Switch 2 through pass-through. And this one's extra special for me. I'm actually using the exact same classic controller I played Super Mario RPG on back when it was on the Wii Virtual Console all those years ago. Then we've got the Wii Classic Controller Pro. Back on Wii U, Bayonetta 2 supported it. But when Bayonetta 3 released on Switch, that support was gone. Now thanks to the adapters, the Pro is back in action with Bayonetta. This setup also works with the Wii Remote and the Mayflash Magic NS2 adapter. If you would like to see more on Wii controllers functioning on the Nintendo Switch 2, check out the video I've made covering just that. Coming up to bat is the Wii U Pro Controller, and this is a great controller. Phenomenal battery life, very comfortable, one of the best controllers Nintendo's probably ever made. And with adapters, I can drop right into Fortnite on Nintendo Switch 2, and it just works. It feels like the Wii U era never quite ended. And if you would like to see more about the Wii U era, why not watch my video on getting Wii U controllers to work on the Nintendo Switch 2. Next up is the Singular Joy-Con. Back in 2017, this was mind-blowing. A console that could split into two independent controllers? This changed how we thought about local multiplayer. And while the Joy-Con controllers are very small, they make up for it in all their functionality. Note: all controllers, including this one going further, do not need to be paired with adapters as they pair natively. Up next is the Joy-Con Duo, which essentially mimics a more traditional Pro Controller layout. However, it's not quite as ergonomic or as comfortable as a dedicated Pro Controller. However, it gets the job done and still feels like a great, proper controller in your hands. We can also use the Joy-Con Duo detached, one in each hand. This setup is where the Switch feels closest to the Wii. The split design gives you full motion controls, and it could really mimic that Wii-style pointer aiming. Next up is the Switch Pro Controller. Comfortable, precise, and loaded with features, it's honestly one of the most satisfying controllers Nintendo has ever made. In my opinion, it's even better than the Wii U Pro Controller. When it comes to versatility, the Pro Controller was unbeatable. If you would like to see a deeper dive on the Nintendo Switch controllers working on the Nintendo Switch 2, why not check out my video here. Next we have the Joy-Con 2 Duo controllers being used together in Mario Kart World. Like the first Joy-Con Duo, they mimic a traditional Pro controller layout, but with a few noticeable improvements. They're slightly bigger and more comfortable to hold, making them more suited for longer play sessions. And yes, singular Joy-Con 2 controllers also work here too. Next up is the Pro Controller 2. Hands down, this is the most comfortable controller I have ever used. It improves on every facet of the original Pro Controller. From having better sticks, from having better triggers, it has fully programmable back buttons. Everything about this controller feels premium. From the weight to its grip, from the precision of its inputs, this is easily Nintendo's top tier controller. Many people don't know the Nintendo Switch system can be used as a controller in the Nintendo Switch 2. Games like Donkey Kong Bonanza offer Gameshare, in which the Nintendo Switch system can control and make action inputs on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. This in turn will also work with Nintendo Switch Lite systems, just that it's going to be harder to see because of the smaller screen. And if you'd like a deeper dive on the Nintendo Switch 2 controllers connecting to the Switch 2, check out that video of mine as well. And there we have it. That's every flagship Nintendo console controller running on the Nintendo Switch 2. As a lifelong Nintendo fan, it's incredible to see 40 years of controller history come together on a single system. From adapters like Hyperkin, RAFnet, Mayflash, and of course the 8-bit dude G-Bros adapter, we can now experience Nintendo's legacy of controllers all on one system. With the exception of one glaring omission: the Wii U gamepad. The Wii U gamepad is the only flagship Nintendo controller that is not compatible with the Switch 2, which makes its absence notable, but all other major controllers are playable. It's amazing to see how these classic controllers still feel alive and relevant, and I hope this breakdown helps you if you're planning to try any of these out for yourself. My name is Eric, not Real Eric. Stay real, stay safe, stay you. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.